Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something that honestly might just flip your whole understanding of opportunity, of success.
Yeah, it's a big one.
We're looking at this idea of favor,
Hmm.
that unexpected boost, that promotion, maybe an opportunity that just lands in your lap. The usual thinking is, great, more for me.
Right, like a personal windfall.
Exactly. But the sources we're diving into today, they challenge that completely. They ask, what if the real measure of favor isn't how much you get, but how much you release, how much you pass on?
It's a fundamental shift. These texts frame favor not as a perk, but more like a sacred assignment, a
A
trust.
trust. Okay, so let's define that clearly. You mentioned the original words, chin, charis. That's right. Chin in Hebrew, charis in Greek.
Hmm.
And it's crucial to get this. It's way more than just, good luck or people liking you. It's described as a relational gift, yes, but also a functional one.
Functional how? It's like a blend of grace, unearned kindness, but coupled with actual authority or a specific opportunity. And the key is, it's given to advanced purposes that go way beyond just you.
So if I'm feeling favor at work, it's not just that my boss likes my jokes.
Huh. Probably not just that. It might look like suddenly having credibility you didn't technically earn yet, allowing you to maybe negotiate a key deal. Or getting access to someone important, a stakeholder who usually doesn't return calls. It's functional.
Okay. And the sources say the danger isn't having it.
No, the danger is hoarding it, thinking it's yours to keep, like a private asset. The
Right.
moment you do that, its potential just shrinks. But if you see it as a stewardship, something you manage for others, that's when it multiplies.
Right. It's like capital. The sources talk about it as spiritual capital, don't they? Something you invest.
Precisely. And like any capital, it has its own logic, its own rules for getting the best kingdom returns, as they put it. There are about 4 key properties we need to understand.
Okay, let's unpack those. What's the first one?
The first is scarcity. Now, this is important. It's not that God's provision is scarce, not at all.
Okay.
The scarcity is in the access. Specific opportunities, that perfect introduction, the right meeting at the right time, they are often time-bound. And they come through relationships. They're kind of like perishable goods.
Perishable goods, like that introduction won't be good next year.
Exactly. You can't just bank it indefinitely. If you get access to, say, a key funder for a cause you believe in, you can't wait 6 months while you figure out how you might benefit first.
The opportunity itself has an expiration date.
Right. The favor was the access, and the window to act on it for its intended purpose might be short. Miss it, and that specific potential vanishes. It demands urgency.
Okay, that makes sense. Urgency. What's number 2?
Second property is leverage. Favor acts like a lever. It amplifies your influence.
So small actions have big results.
Potentially, yes. A few well-placed words, like recommending a junior colleague who's brilliant but overlooked, or using a small part of your budget as seed money for a promising idea. These can create huge ripple effects. Outsized outcomes, the sources call it.
Mm-hmm.
And the third, transferability. This capital isn't meant to sit with you. It's designed to be invested in other people, in good institutions, in worthy causes. It actually reproduces itself when you entrust it to others.
Okay, but hold on. When I hear transferring favor, my mind immediately goes to like nepotism.
Yeah.
Or, the old boys network. How is this different?
That's a really critical distinction. And it brings us to the fourth property, moral accountability. Nepotism is giving perks based on personal ties, kinship, friendship, whatever. Stewardship, the proper transfer of favor, according to these sources, must be based on moral purpose and accountability.
So it's not just about who you know.
No. Unlike regular capital, which can be used for anything, this spiritual capital has ethical strings attached. It has to serve good, restorative purposes. If you pass on an opportunity just because someone's your buddy and not because they have the character and competence aligned with a greater good, well, that's not grace anymore. That's just favoritism.
Wow. Okay. So that completely flips the script. When an opportunity comes, the question isn't, how does this benefit me?
Right. The question becomes, okay, I have this access, this influence. How do I deploy it to build up others, to serve this larger purpose?
That's a totally different way of operating. It requires constant checking of your own motives.
It really does. It's the core of stewardship.
So let's look at some examples. The sources give blueprints, right? Case studies of people who actually did this well.
They do. 2 really stand out.
Let's start with Joseph. Coat of many colors, dreams, ends up second in command in Egypt. What's the stewardship lesson there?
Well, Joseph's story is fascinating because favor kept opening doors for him. Potiphar's house, even in prison, then Pharaoh's court. But notice why. The texts emphasize his faithfulness and integrity, even in the small, unseen things.
So the favor followed the character.
Exactly. And that integrity wasn't just about being a nice guy. It built the foundation for real competence. His administrative skill, his ability to organize and plan. That wasn't just a side note.
It was essential.
It was the engine for the favor's purpose. He didn't just interpret a dream about famine. He designed and implemented a massive food storage program, a sophisticated logistics operation, really.
A redemptive mechanism, I think one source called it.
Yes, that's the term. It saved not just Egypt, but surrounding nations too. It ensured covenant continuity. So his favor wasn't for personal gain. It was strategic placement for a divine large-scale rescue.
Yeah.
Competence and character were key.
Okay, that's powerful. Then there's Esther, Queen Esther. Her favor with the king seems more about proximity to power.
Right. And her story highlights a different kind of stewardship challenge, what the sources call the shield versus sword mentality. It's a dilemma anyone with influence faces.
Shield versus sword. Explain that.
The shield approach is using your position, your favor, your access, primarily to protect yourself. Keep your head down, don't make waves, preserve your comfort and security.
So today that might be not speaking up about an injustice at work because it might cost you. Or not recommending someone qualified but maybe controversial.
Precisely. Using your platform as a shield for yourself. The sword mentality, though, is being willing to risk your own comfort, reputation, maybe even safety, to use your influence for a just cause, to fight for something beyond yourself.
And Esther chose the sword.
She did. She was advised to stay quiet, use the shield, but she realized her position wasn't just for her own safety. She risked everything by going to the king uninvited, breaking protocol. That act converted her personal access into a public rescue for her people. It was costly courage.
Both stories really hammer home a kind of formula, don't they? It's like opportunity comes.
Right. The opening.
Then it meets your character, which determines how you use it.
Yes, the stewardship action.
Leading to the ultimate outcome.
Exactly. Opening, character, use, outcome. If the character and the stewardship aren't there, that favor just fizzles out. Or worse, it can become destructive.
Which leads us straight into character. If favor gives you the platform, character decides if anything grows there. What are the crucial inner traits? What's in this gearbox of stewardship?
The sources consistently point to 4 core dispositions. First, absolutely foundational, is humility.
Recognizing it's a gift, not something you earned or deserve.
Precisely. That prevents entitlement. It creates what they call the soil of true reception. It makes you willing to share the spotlight, share the credit.
Okay. Humility. What's next?
Second is generosity. This isn't just about money. It's the habit of actively looking for ways to turn your access into an opening for someone else.
Like sharing contacts.
Yeah.
Or mentoring.
Yes, or dedicating part of your budget, sharing your platform, giving your time. Favor is dynamic. It grows when it's moving, when it's shared, it's an action.
It sounds like.
Yeah.
Honestly, it sounds like more work than just enjoying the perks. It takes real intentionality.
It absolutely does. Which links to the third disposition. Faithfulness in small things.
The Luke 16.10 idea.
Oh.
If you're trustworthy with little, you'll be trusted with much.
Exactly. It's about consistency. Doing the unglamorous jobs well, being reliable day in, day out, that builds the credibility needed for bigger responsibilities. People trust you because you have a track record, even with the mundane.
Makes sense. And the last one.
Courage. This is the moral muscle needed to step out from behind the shield, to risk your comfort, maybe your reputation, to advocate for justice, or lift up someone who's been overlooked. Courage activates the potential of favor.
And if any of those are missing, humility, generosity, faithfulness, courage.
Then you slide right into the pitfalls. Entitlement takes root. You start playing favorites instead of stewarding strategically. And the big one, you start hoarding the favor.
Driven by fear, maybe? Fear that if you share it, you won't get more.
Often, yes, a scarcity mindset kicks in, but hoarding turns the blessing toxic. It stops that flow, that revolving fund we talked about.
Okay, so this is all fascinating conceptually.
Yeah.
But how do we make this practical? How do we build like a favor impact plan for our actual lives at work, in our communities, wherever?
Right. Moving from understanding to action. The sources suggest a cycle of stewardship. 4 steps. Receive, acknowledge the favor as a gift with gratitude. Don't take it for granted.
Okay. Receive.
Cultivate, actively work on your character and skills. You need the competence, like Joseph, and the inner dispositions we just discussed to handle the favor well.
Makes sense. Cultivate.
Deploy. This is the active part. Intentionally use your influence, your access, your resources to bless others and advance good purposes.
And finally,
Multiply. This means measuring your success not by personal gain, but by the outward fruit. What impact did your stewardship have on others?
okay, let's get super concrete. If someone listening wants to start deploying their favor this week, what's the first step?
First, audit your access. Seriously, take 10 minutes. Write down the open doors you currently have. What relationships? What budget control? What platforms? What specific influence? Get specific.
Know what you actually have in your stewardship account.
Exactly. Then, step 2. Deploy intentionally. Pick one concrete action item from that list for this week. Just one.
Like what? Give me an example.
It could be actively mentoring a junior person who shows promise. It could be allocating even a small amount of discretionary funds to a community project you believe in. Or, if you're in a hiring position, commit to hiring with what the sources call multiplier intent.
Multiplier intent, what's that?
It means when you hire, you look beyond just filling the immediate role. You consider, does this person have the potential to grow beyond this job? Do they have the character and capacity to eventually lift others up too? You're not just hiring an employee, you're investing your access in a potential future multiplier.
So you're hiring for ripple effects, not just task completion.
You got it. It's a different lens.
This really forces a change in how we measure success, doesn't it? We have to ditch the usual metrics titles, salary bumps, social media likes.
Absolutely. We need to shift to what the sources call kingdom KPIs, key performance indicators that track outward restorative impact.
Okay, kingdom KPIs. What do those actually measure? Can you give tangible examples?
Sure. One KPI could be people elevated. How many leaders did you help raise up? How many apprentices did you effectively mentor and place? Who did you champion? Count them.
Okay, people elevated.
Another is redistributive impact. How did resources, opportunities, or maybe just information under your control reach groups or areas that are usually overlooked? Did you break any cycles of exclusion?
Moving beyond the usual suspects.
Right. And a really critical one is system survivability. Did the good initiatives you started with your favor last after you moved on? Did the people you trained carry it forward? Did the project you seeded become self-sustaining?
So it's about durable impact, not just a temporary splash while you're there.
Exactly. That shows true multiplication, not just personal shine.
And to make this stick long term, beyond just our own good intentions, we probably need systems in place, right? Structural safeguards.
You absolutely do. You need to institutionalize stewardship. This means things like having transparent criteria for promotions, appointments, resource allocation. Everyone should understand why someone is receiving an opportunity, linking it clearly to competence, character, and purpose, not just connections.
Takes the guesswork and suspicion out.
It helps. And another key practice is leadership rotation, intentionally developing and moving diverse people into positions of influence. This prevents power from concentrating too much in one place and stops individuals from hoarding access over time. Good structures protect against our natural tendency towards self-preservation.
This whole deep dive, it really lands hard on the idea that favor isn't this personal trophy. It's a tool, a functional tool for, like, restoration.
Yes, a tool meant to be used, shared, and passed on. When it's stewarded well with that humility, generosity, faithfulness, and courage, it truly creates what one source called a revolving fund of blessing.
A revolving fund. I like that.
It's how grace flows outward through us to actually start mending things in our workplaces, our communities.
It really boils down to our posture, doesn't it? There's a simple prayer that kept popping up in the material we looked at.
I think I know the one.
Make my hands channels, not reservoirs of your blessing.
That's it. Channels, not reservoirs. That nails the spirit of stewardship perfectly.
So for everyone listening, take a look at your own personal favor inventory right now. Think about that audit you might do. What's one asset, maybe a contact you have, a small part of your budget or time, a platform you stand on, just one thing? What could you intentionally redirect outward this week to create a genuine opportunity for someone else?
That's the challenge.
Because the moment you decide to steward it, to multiply it, instead of just holding on to it, that's when you step into a different kind of influence. The kind that doesn't just build careers, it genuinely changes lives.